Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-March 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Aquarians. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Aquarius, gang? In mid-March, what energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Aquarius in mid-March. What's the vibe? What's the energy around my good friends? There we go. Nice and quick. Hey, we got the Little Mermaid. I feel like we may have seen her in recent weeks, and usually she's a very rare card. I like her because it's very daydreamy and imaginative. Nice future focus on this. But she doesn't show up to visit that often. So if you've gotten her in recent weeks too, that's a good thing. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the March subscriber surprise towards then. So you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card. So obviously we see the beautiful seascape. We have our Little Mermaid Ariel. Notice her head is above the water, it's in the clouds, and she's also in this oxygen bubble. So there's a lot really going on, even though it's just beautiful in general. Now, when I see this, I can think of somebody that's content, but they want more, similar to the movie, right? We've all seen it a bunch. So when I see this, it's like, yeah, no, I'm cool, I'm content, this is cool, but I wish I had a little bit more. So watch out for any feeling like that in this time where you might be craving a little something extra. I mean, if life has been a little dull, you might be looking for a little spice, if that makes sense. This isn't a bad thing. Now, when I see this card, I also think of future focus. So again, not focusing on where you are right now, not focusing on the past, looking at where you want to be. The other big message that comes through with this card, obviously with her head in the clouds, can represent imagination, imaginative thinking, or possible overthinking. Now is a great time for any Aquarius to express yourself in creative ways, whether it's music, different forms, art, writing, you name it. But there could be a potential to really, really overthink things when this card is here, or just be in la la land. So just watch out for that. I mean, nothing wrong with a little daydreaming and fantasizing, as long as it's not too much. But we'll just leave it at that. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say the first card here, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my Aquarians. What do we got, my guides? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. I was loving the vibe last week. The reading was titled An Explosive Win, so I hope you had one. To me, it felt like something that popped in out of nowhere. There was a lot of fiery energy that could go from 0 to 100 real quick. So just know, like, even if that didn't pop off for you, even over the next couple weeks, that energy can, where things could turn in a positive direction, or you could really get a result you wanted much quicker than you thought you would. But we're going to see what shows up for you this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for my Aquarians. What is happening? Please. What do we got for... Oh, quick. All right, 5 of Swords. And that's something I've been seeing for your air sign counterparts, is there has been a bit of an aggressive energy here. I don't really want to say whether this is like a good thing or a challenge just yet, but the 5 of Swords in position number 1 is very intense. Let's get a couple more. What do we got here for Aquarius? Okay, 9 of Swords. Everything okay there, my friends? Is everything okay with you? Or, I mean, if that's not you, it's somebody else you're connected to. Let's get one more. Lots of Swords. What do we have here for Aquarius, please? Thank you. 3 of Wands. So yeah, the fire-air combination is still here, that explosive energy like we saw last week. I do like this energy here on the back end because it does seem like it's starting to like chill out a little bit. It's just that we have a lot going on here on the front end that we want to take a very close look at. So let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I know I was giving a little commentary as we started. I always look at the elements first because that tells me how the energy is moving and how comfortable you might be with it. And notice we have a lot of air, and we have fire. Now, Aquarius, although you are the water bearer, you are technically an air sign. So when I see swords in an Aquarius reading, it's like, okay, those might not be the most pleasant cards, but if any sign can deal with it, it would be you, because your comfort zone is the realm of intellect, the mind, communication. That's what all of this represents. It does seem a little wound tight. So if that's not you, if you don't have a care in the world and everything's cool, there could be someone you're connected to that could really, really be going through it in one form or another. And then, yeah, we have this fire here on the back end. And I always say when you mix the fire and air, it could be combustible, explosive, just like we saw last week, except last week the energy was combusting in a good way. So we're going to hope that it continues to move in that direction. Let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out, though. So position number one, we are starting with the Five of Swords, and we see this individual there. He has all the swords, and if you look in the background, it looks like he just beat up those people in the back. This card, and I'll give you the positives and the challenges. The positives of this, it is very determined to see something through. Like, I can't stop, won't stop. This could be good for focusing on oneself or doing what's right for yourself, putting yourself first in a situation. Now, I know Aquarians usually think of the community and world at large, right? You do care about other people quite a bit. But when I see this card, it's like, no, I need to do what's right for myself. That's the positive aspect of it, aside from the determination. It could also represent winning, even if it wasn't an easy win. It's like, okay, that was tough, but I got it done. So there could be various situations where they might not be easy, but you'll get it done. Now, the challenge of this, there are many. This could represent anger. This could represent someone that's disgruntled. This could represent all sorts of those challenging feelings like that: anger, disgruntled, possessive, jealous, all that stuff. It could represent narcissistic individuals that we're connected to. So if you're connected to anyone that is a little too self-focused, this card could be it. And it can also represent conflict. So you see what I mean? This one could go either way, and it could be both. For some of you, you might just be feeling a little more aggressive than you normally are. Or like I said, this could be somebody else that we're definitely going to want to look out for. If this is somebody else, they look pretty mad or pissed off, especially in position number one, because the energy seems to be coming off kind of strong. Now, moving to the center, we have the Nine of Swords. And you don't have to be a big expert in tarot to understand what this card means. We see the person, they're up in bed, they got their face in the hands, they're really stressing something out. So it's like wound tight, stressed, anxious, losing sleep over something. Now, this could literally speak about sleep and rest. If you've been running yourself a little too ragged or rampant, you might want to recharge the batteries when this is here. But again, this is the stress, the overthinking. So it's like we have the anger and then we have the stressing stuff out, which could possibly indicate some issues and problems. Now, a lighter side of this card, since it does take place at night, it can represent the unknown. It can represent a little bit of mystery. I also link this card to the paranormal. So if you've been feeling certain feelings and you can't explain why, you might just be a little extra energy sensitive, because this is one of the paranormal cards. So we'll look at this. Whether this is a situation or just in general, the energy is very, very wound tight. Now, moving to the back end, the energy does seem to mellow out a little bit, which makes me happy at the very least. But we have the Three of Wands. This is somebody that's in a waiting position or a waiting pattern. So whether you're waiting on something, whether it's a result or whether it's somebody else, it's like, no, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait and see. We'll wait and see how it goes. I always say that this card is huge for manifesting, for creating, because notice there's ships that are right out there. So it's like, oh, that's almost within reach. So there could be something, situation or result you've been waiting for, where it's imminent, like it's coming, it's almost here. That's a good thing about this. Now is a great time to really try to manifest things in as well. This card can also represent distance and travel. We can see that this could be someone missing somebody or something as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening here. Now, the issue with the Three of Wands is that it could be an indecisive person. It could be someone that feels like they're wasting their time. It could be someone that's been waiting a little too long or is not doing enough action. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Five of Swords. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aquarius, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Five of Swords time. What's happening? Why is that Five of Swords here? Star. Is it you? All right, so it has to be one or the other because this is one of your power cards, the Star card. I don't feel like if we were to read this like clearly, it would be like, oh, well, you might be pissed about something for a real long time. I'm hoping that's not it. Is that it? Is there something that's been like bothering you for a very long time or something that will? Hopefully not. But I'm just going to go with my intuition here. The Star card is your power card. Okay. It's hope in a brighter day. It's a light at the end of the tunnel. So when we see it underneath the Five of Swords, first and foremost, it could be Spirit saying like, listen, Aquarius, stay very positive about something, have a goal to shoot for, and do not let go of it. Have a goal and have something you want, and do not flex on it. Do not let go of it. Because if you have determination, it's like if you keep pushing towards it and you don't accept no for an answer, like you are going to accomplish what you want. That could be a good thing. But when I see the Five of Swords and the Star, it either tells me that there's either someone or a situation that has you feeling much more aggressive, angry, or mad than normal, or someone's just pissed off at you or mad. That's just the energy here with the Five of Swords and that. So we can take whatever message we want. If you feel like this is you defining a goal and being positive and optimistic, beautiful. Take that message and run with it. But at the same time, I feel like there could be someone or a situation where it's like I've had it up to here, like my patience is running thin with this. And again, it could be how someone feels towards you as well. You know, I'm always going to keep it honest with you with what I'm feeling. Let's just keep moving. We'll see what's up with that. And I will say this, for all the air signs, I've been picking up extra aggression. So for some of you, maybe that's just it. Maybe you're just feeling a little more aggressive than you usually are. But let's see what's up with that Nine of Swords. Someone seems a little salty about something. Let's see why the Nine of Swords is here for you. Hopefully that Three of Wands mellows this out. Why is that 9 here? Thank you. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this. So we have the High Priestess in reverse underneath the Nine of Swords. So this could most definitely be someone saying like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to do. I don't even know what to handle. Like this is someone that may feel like they're backed into a corner. I'm getting some really uncomfortable feelings ever since that card popped out. Now for some Aquarians, this could be a Pisces you're connected to. Maybe you have some Pisces placements with her. I also link her to the other water signs, so like Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, mainly Pisces though. But the High Priestess in reverse either represents confusion, hidden energy, or something popping up out of nowhere. So again, we do have this energy of a situation or a problem that pops up out of nowhere. Either that or it's someone that's like, I don't even know what's bothering me. How can I fix it? Like, so there's like this sense of confusion where it's like, yeah, no, there's something bothering me, but I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. It's like very frustrating to me as well. So watch out for feelings like that. If that's the case, like if you've just been feeling a little off, if you've just been feeling a little odd, maybe you need some physical activity, creative activity, maybe you should see a doctor even, because it's like there's something wrong, but I can't pinpoint it. Not saying it's definitely you, but that's just how this energy is presenting itself to me. Okay, like it's irritable, it's aggressive. So let's see what that Three of Wands has. And no judgment here, right? Like if this is representing some of the things that you're experiencing, there is no judgment here. I totally understand as human beings, we have a full range of emotion and feeling. It just feels much more aggressive and tense than it normally does. Usually for Aquarius readings, there's a certain lightheartedness to it. But let's see why the Three of Wands is here. I mean, this could very well be somebody else, right? Maybe that's why I'm not picking up on the lightheartedness. But why is that Three of Wands here? The deck is being very specific. For those of you new here, I only read jumpers, so usually the cards pop out super, super quick. Let's get this last card here for Aquarius. Why is it Three of Wands in the mix? Here we go. Thank you. All right. So we do have the Two of Cups in reverse underneath the Three of Wands. Waiting something out, possibly. And I also feel like if there is a person or if there is a situation that is really getting under your skin like that, it's okay to take a little space. That's kind of like the energy I'm picking up here on the back end. Luckily, it's not like a Ten of Swords. It's not like a tower I'm picking up here, but it's like, listen, if this energy is really so tense, just take a little space. Because the Two of Cups in reverse just represents people that, although they are close or have really strong vibes together, when it's in reverse, they're just not seeing eye to eye for whatever reason. So when I see the Two of Cups in reverse under the Three of Wands, it's like, just take a little space for a minute, let the pressure relieve. Now, this could be a variety of different things, right? This could be someone that you're a friend with. This could be a romantic partner, romantic interest. But when the Two of Cups is in reverse underneath here, I'm just going to give you what I think is best, especially with all the energy I see up here, with all the tenseness and all the things I'm feeling. Even if it's not you, even if it's somebody else that's acting this way, a little space, and give them a little space, or give yourself a little space. I don't know why it's showing up. If this is something that hasn't happened yet and happens throughout the week, just know, like, giving that person some breathing room is the best route to go. Okay. And that's the main thing. I don't feel like we're waiting on somebody to mess up or anything like that. To me, it's more so like a reaction. So let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Yeah, someone's going through something, that's for sure. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Five of Swords with the Star. I did say there could be a good message there for you. I mean, you could really try to stay optimistic, latch onto a result you want, and never quit. That's good for long-term things, especially if you're looking towards the future. But at the same time, either you might be a little impatient, your patience is like up to here with somebody else. There could be someone that you're upset or angry with, or vice versa. There could be someone that's upset with you. We can't control how other people feel, but there's an aggression there. Moving to the center, we have the Nine of Swords with the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah, the stress, the anxiety, and it's like someone they can't quite pinpoint what's wrong. And it's like, all right, well, how do I fix it if I can't tell what's wrong? It's like giving me that very peculiar type of vibe. Moving to the back end. So again, we have all sorts of difficult energies. On the back end, we have the Three of Wands with the Two of Cups. If there is a particular person, there's a lot of tension, or you're not seeing eye to eye, there's nothing wrong with creating a little separation to let these energies start to dissipate. Nothing wrong with that at all. And in fact, if that's something that hasn't happened yet, that might be something you might want to do. Either give them some space or give yourself a little space. Okay. And if this is a work-related thing, if you're very stressed out in relation to work, maybe you need to take a vacation, right? The Three of Wands is one of the cards of travel. So please take a screenshot if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get your one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, what is in the shadows for my Aquarians, please? There we go. Thank you. The Hierophant. Okay, Taurus energy. If you're connected to a Taurus, this is them showing up. And the Hierophant can represent a whole bunch of different things. It could be very spiritual. It could represent spiritual practice and beliefs. It could represent power structures, governments, corporations, day-to-day life and routine, people that we've been with for a very long time. So there's this certain energy in the shadows that feels routine here. So for some Aquarians, maybe there's a routine that you might need to break, or you might need a break from when this shows up in the shadows. The good thing about the Hierophant is that it's predictable. The challenge with the Hierophant is that it can be very stubborn and difficult to change. So keep that in mind. You might be going up against certain forces that are a little ingrained, certain behaviors that are a little ingrained in other people. But I feel like you could overcome it. That's the big thing I pick up here. And I feel like for a lot of Aquarians, you do good to shake up your regular schedule just a little bit. So my friends, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the March subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me and get a little glimpse into whatever situations you're dealing with, you can check out my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. The March schedule is up and live. But for the March subscriber surprise, giving away 3 copies of one of my most favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, where in this beautiful big world are you from? I'll go first. I'm from New Jersey. And you could just put it down in the comments and you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, Much love, and I'll talk to you soon.